Today we are doing a Spurs versus Manchester United versus rebuild. However, there's a twist. Because at the end or at the start of every single season, we're going to be spinning a wheel, which I'm not going to lie to you, 80% of them are not great to land on, and there's only a couple that are good. Plus, we have our own wheels each, so when one gets taken out, there's still a possibility that it gets selected for the other side. So, Dad, as Spurs manager, would you like to go first or second for spinning the wheel?
Usually I'll go first, so I'm going to let you go first in this one.
Okay, well, we're on my wheel. Let's have a look. They've both got the same thing on them, remember? But it's just a case of what gets taken out of what. Do you know what? Getting that in the first season is not bad because there isn't much of a budget anyway. So zero budget for an A-Glue. That doesn't mean I can't sign anybody because I could sell a player and still get something. However, Dad, here we go. What you're going to get. This is going to be an interesting one. Must sell £100 million worth of players.
Actually, that ain't bad for me, actually, because there was a couple of players in there I think I want to get rid of anyway. So,
but I think you're really going to struggle.
Yeah.
in this season to do it. So,
Ricardison?
Yeah, he's gone. He is going to be gone. All right, let's tune in at the start of the first season then and see how we did. So we've done our summer transfers, and to be honest, considering I had no budget, I still got exactly what I kind of wanted to get done. The beauty of having no budget on this is I actually started with very little anyway, and I managed to sell £50 million worth of players, but because of the wages of Casemiro and Anthony going out, and I think I sold somebody else. No, I didn't actually. I was able to bring in two players which amounted to 71 because their wages were a lot less. Tapsoba being one of them, a fantastic centre-back that comes in who's going to fill the void of Varane because, let's face it, Lenny Yoro isn't quite ready for first team football in the game yet. He might be in real life. We don't know yet, although he is injured. I've loaned him out to QPR. Hopefully he'll get some game time there. At the minute it doesn't look like he is, which is a worry, but there we go. And then finally, the last signing I made was Retegi, who unfortunately I've had to sign because the amount of injuries that my strikers are getting. What a weird window we have had, by the way. Let's have a look at Daz before we have a look at the tactics and the fixtures, because then it will explain why a little bit of the things have happened. Now, you had to sell £100 million worth of players. But that didn't mean that you couldn't spend that £100 million when it came in.
It done me a favour, really, because there was a few players I wanted to get rid of anyway, so and it amounted to £100 million. So
you had £62 million worth going out in Jed Spence, Richarlison and Reguilon, and then you also had £45 million in Bentancur.
That was the one that was a bit like that, really.
Yeah.
But I got Saar in my team, and he's so good in that position.
Basuma, Saar, there's a lot of centre mids.
So I thought, well, he's 27, I'll let him go.
Yeah. You sold them, and you brought in quite a lot of strikers.
Yeah.
Patrick Schick, the £23 million, is a good signing. 28 years old. He's injured, though. Ivan Toney also picked up a bit of an injury, but standard.
That's the two strikers I really wanted to sort of, for now.
Yeah, and then you also went and got Evan Ferguson.
Yeah. Young striker coming through. I had to look at it for that price, so you got to get in quickly to get him that cheap in you, really.
Yeah, youth to gold has really changed, Dad. And I've noticed it already. Then you got Rooney Bargy. Yeah. Again, what does that tell you?
Youngster coming through.
Youth to gold, 18.
Loaned him straight out as well to make him a little bit better.
And then we got Yildiz come in, £32 million.
I've brought him in, though, with the idea of playing him straight away, because that's the position I sort of wanted an half-decent player, and he just fitted the bill. And only being 19 as well, and being that good.
Yeah.
I'd be silly not to get that one as well.
Okay. And then Miguel Gutierrez for £30 million.
What a left back this guy is.
Yeah, but you got Udogie.
I know, but if he gets injured, don't think I've got to build a side and a squad. He's only 23 as well. I've got two good players with that one position now. My defence now is solid, I think.
Okay, cocky. But all right. Tactically then, let's have a look at what you've got, Dad. So this is the last team that you played in the last game, but best 11 pick is pretty much exactly the same as that. Are you planning on locking anyone in, the likes of Evan Ferguson possibly, in that attacking midfield role?
That attacking midfielder, I might lock that young guy in.
What, Yildiz?
Yeah, and then let them fight between going out to the right with Madison.
Okay.
But the defence, I'm a bit like that, whether to lock Ferguson in or let this guy play up
defence,
front. The
striker.
Attack force, and just let them fight it out between them, because I'm getting injuries. I've already got, like you see there, he's injured as well. So Ferguson will automatically go into that position already. So I might lock one position in. My attacking midfielder.
I'll show you mine before we have a look at the results, and then there's a reason why we are going to do that. But this is the last team that I actually played. My best 11 pick is kind of exactly how I'd want it to be, other than Diallo is out, so it would be either Sancho or Garnacho on that right-hand side, which I'm kind of happy with. I'm going for a 4-1-3-2. I've got a deep line playmaker in there alongside Bruno Fernandes, who has the license to go forward. Deeper wingers, because that's kind of what I'm favouring right now. I just really like it, but I was tempted to try the defensive winger because of how good I know that can be. My strike force is the DLF with Xerxes, who works quite well, to be fair, and Højlund in the advanced forward. They're both two young strikers that hopefully by like season 3 are going to be mental. So that's what I'm really planning on, that I don't get sacked before then.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see and find out. Right now, it looks a little bit dodgy, and this is the reason why. And I'm so thrown off by I don't know whether this is a good tactic or not. We batter Crystal Palace 5-1. I then lose to Dad 4-0, and it will make sense as to why we are so confused with that result in a minute when you see it again. But then I then beat Liverpool 2-0, didn't change a single thing, even played the same side. Beat them 2-0. And then, exactly the same thing with Man City. I do think I had a couple of injuries there, because as you can see, Xerxes played, but Retegui was on the bench, because I think it was slightly different. I think Rashford actually played up front there, and Garnacho got injured, and we got battered 3-0. This is the reason why we are so confused, because the game before, Dad drew 0-0 to Everton.
Yeah.
And then he beat me 4-0. So it was like, what is happening? And you seem to have the results after me each time, because I battered Crystal Palace. You then played them right after, while I was playing Liverpool, and then that's when you played Liverpool, drew 2-2, and you got Man City next. So you got the fixture after me each time.
Yeah.
I'm confused. I don't know how this is going to play out.
I got that good French team look.
Oh yeah, we're really happy with that. I don't actually know who I want to win. But, okay, it's the first season then. I'm actually got a bit of advantage, I think, in Europe because I'm in the Europa Conference League.
Ooh.
So United's downfall last season could get me an extra few points because you're in the Champions League, which is much harder.
Yeah.
So let's just fingers crossed and hope that I can win that one. And then, of course, we got to spin the wheel and try and avoid losing our best players. Let's find out what happens in this first season. Dad's already 1 point up. Oh, first season, I'm driving 9th. I'm so shocked I still got a job.
Mate, I was 2 points for coming third.
Considering you're down in 6th,
yeah,
it ain't as bad as what it looks, is it? I mean, City ran away with it, as you can see. And, well, from the results that we've seen against them, we would clearly see that.
We're 2 points away from third. I mean, I had a good run into the end of the season, but I won my last 5 games as well. So, and the teams above me were losing, so I got a bit closer by the running I had.
Yeah.
I'm still happy with that.
I qualified for UEFA League, so I think something might have just saved my
job. Me the cup man's going again.
Right, well, let's have a look at the profile of the league so far. I've only got 16 goals. None of my players. Rashford is in the highest average rating.
Disappointed with that, really. I wanted a bit more than that.
Yeah. I mean, 18's low.
Yeah.
There's one man that's not on there.
Where's the Man City guy?
Exactly.
Where's he too? Especially seeing they won the league.
Did he even play? Where is he? Is he even in the squad? He's still there. He played 36 games. In the league, he only got 12 in 22. Ooh. So must have had a couple of bad injuries.
See, the problem is, that's when you've got to take advantage of that, haven't you? You've got to jump in quickly.
Yeah, but then the team wasn't playing bad.
No.
They still got 86 points even without him.
But they lost 6 games. Liverpool, they lost 4.
Yeah. Lost. Oh, come on! I've done them at one point. Right, so we know that you battered me in one game. What about the other one? No, but we did draw. Ooh. When you came to Old Trafford, a 0-0 draw. So I don't get another point there. You got 1 point for beating me, 1 point for finishing higher.
4-0 beat you as well.
Yeah, you did, yeah. Cup competitions, though, Dad. You're in the Champions League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup. How did you get on? Won the Carabao Cup. Arsenal in the final as well. Better, on pens.
Get in.
On penalties.
My fans are going to be happy with that, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't even score in the game, look. William Saliba on goal. Heung-min Son missed one.
Yeah, but look, Declan Rice scoring.
And Nketiah missed the other 2. So, yeah, that's 3 points straight away.
I'm happy with that season then, really. Finishing above you, beating you, giving you a good tanking as well, 4-0, and beating the Arsenal in the final.
Yeah.
Well. Yes, get in.
I think I might have a European trophy,
I'm pleased
though.
with that. Yeah,
let's have a look. So, Manchester United competitions. Oh, I've got a double!
No.
Get in! No wonder I saved my job. Come on, Europa Conference League winner, Trabzonspor 4-1. I mean, I should be winning that. There's probably not many better teams in that competition. Fiorentina in there, I guess, but semi-final knocked out Stuttgart 4-3. It was a close one as well. Zurich 6-0. Round of 16, Vittoria.
Yeah,
league phase.
When you look
oh my god, I didn't even do very well in the league phase.
Like I say, Fiorentina was probably the only team that was going to cause you any problems. Really,
yeah, you look at that. It's Fiorentina.
That's it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, really. Every other team, I mean, even Fiorentina should be beaten.
Yeah.
So me being in that should be a gimme. That's an easy 5 points there. People are going to go in the comments and go, "Oh, that shouldn't be 5 points. It shouldn't be 5 points." We keep it as a standard.
Yeah,
always been that way. For when we do lower leagues, it counts as higher. But there we go. Okay, FA Cup winner though. Happy with that. That's 3 points as well. Oh! 5-1. They must hate playing me.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
They must hate it. Euro player scored in the 3rd minute. Retzky scored that. What an FA Cup start that was.
That's a good season for both of us, really.
Yeah.
You beating Liverpool in the final, me beating Arsenal in the final.
Beating both our rivals in the final.
God.
I dominated them as well, to be honest. Look at that. That was lovely stuff.
And like you said, halfway through the season, both our jobs were under threat as well, weren't they? So you saved your job definitely at the end there.
Very much struggling. I mean, I was surprised when I seen where I was that I wasn't sacked. But hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. My league form has got to improve. Cup-wise, this tactic seems to be amazing. Now, goals. Let's have a look, because we've got 22 there for Rettegu, who was intending to be my 3rd choice. But Rasmus Højlund still scored 21. Xerxes got 13. They all seem to play a lot, which is what I'm happy with.
Mount 18 goals. That's good.
They're very good.
Assist.
Yeah.
That's good.
16 assists and 18 goals from Rashford, 15 and 16 from Bruno. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. A lot of players. I mean, even Kobe Mainoo got 12 assists, and he was playing deep. Now, my transfer budget for next season, now that I don't have the no budget,
you're all right,
I might be okay with this. £75 million. That's quite nice.
That's nice.
However, you still have the chance to bag a no budget for next season. 20 goals from Ivan Toney, 16 for Son, and 14 from Brennan Johnson.
Yeah, I'm not happy with that at all.
No, it's not great.
With Brendan Johnson, I didn't even start in my starting lineup. So
no, he only played 16 games starting.
To bang in 14 goals is well done, but I'm a bit disappointed there. Where's Ferguson too?
He is there with 7.
Yeah, he only started 12 games.
25 off the bench, only getting 7 goals. I've got a feeling Heung-min Son might have played up front quite a lot.
Yeah, probably.
That might be your problem there. And then your transfer budget is 60 million.
All right.
But of course, now we've got to go to the wheel. So we'll count up the points, and then we'll head to the wheel. So the season points for season number 1 is Omega Luke with 8 and Omega Dad with 5. All right, we're back to the wheels. Dad.
Yes, I'm first this time, aren't I?
Here we go. First spin for season number 2. What's it going
Be good to me.
Be
good to me.
Oh, the no budget strikes already for both of us. So that's £65 million completely wiped. But again, it's not to say you can't make any signings.
I can still sell a few players, can I?
If you can sell, you can still buy. Right, over to my wheel. So I have everything but the no budget in there still. I'm really hoping I don't get swap tactics.
Oh, I could do with give budget to me.
Oh god, yeah. You can steal opposition's budgets, which is one of them, which is going to be hilarious if you've spun first and then I get that. No. Oh, that's worse than no budget.
Yeah.
So, summer off for Luke. I'm putting my feet up. All I'm pleased with is I've got a very young side. And to be honest, with £75 million, I'm not quite sure who I would have brought in to replace. I still would have liked the option, though.
I'll take that one.
Okay, let's remove your budget and make sure I don't sign anybody. Okay, so it was a nice and quiet summer for me. Didn't have anything to do because I couldn't sign anybody, so I also decided not to sell anybody. So the only players that left were free transfers. That I wasn't really worried about. I didn't even loan a player out, just rejected everything. All I have done this season is change the tactic, and I've just basically moved one player further forward, which is likely to be Bruno Fernandes, and moved the 2 strikers slightly to the right, changing Xerxes' player role and change it to defensive wingers. There's a reason why. I did a video a couple of days ago, tactics that will change your life. Go check it out. You'll understand exactly why I've done this. So, Xerxes, nailing him in because Rettegi goes in there instead. I'm not too worried about that. Dad, you had no budget, but as we discovered, doesn't mean you can't sign anybody.
So sold a couple of players and make a bit of money.
Yeah, so Oliver Skip went out. You also had Brian Gill. There was another Højbjerg leave. There's a few little players that left the club.
Nothing drastic.
No. Players in then. You signed Mateus Cunha.
Well, I lost Song on
Yeah.
end of the contract. Didn't want to sign a new contract. We tried. Weren't interested, so I had to replace him. So good signing off out.
Yeah, Mateus Cunha coming in, and
Yeah.
then £6 million on a backup goalkeeper.
Yeah, I had Fraser, a little bit old now, not so good, and the other keepers were a little bit too young, really. So I thought, get this guy in, good replacement for Fraser. I feel
he's happy to be a backup,
that's
so
the main
that's
thing,
where he
really,
is.
yeah.
But you're taking a bit of a risk this season, Dad.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm changing the formation like a Tinker Man does. Mm-hmm. This is nearly what I was going to do the first season, mind you.
Yeah.
So I've just dropped the player from the attacking midfielder back in the midfield, really.
Yeah.
And I'm keeping Ferguson in this time, and I'm Badgie. Had a good season away from here, so I'm just going to try and improve him a bit more by giving him first team football.
Okay, so as you can see, that was what it was last season.
Yeah.
This season, there's the little changes that Dad has made. Let's see how it's been performing, because to be honest, we've been on fire.
Oh, Christ, aren't we just? This
We
is a
have
race,
been on fire.
race to the Prem.
This is how it's looked so far. That is correct. Dad has 2 8-2s in 1 month. One of them was only a friendly. 8-2 against Brighton. Huge. You also stuffed Man City 3-0, first game of the season, and beat newly promoted Ipswich 5-1.
So I'm well happy.
Yeah,
And Ferguson scoring goals for me as well, which I'm really happy about.
Yeah, we're both in Europa League this season, which is
Yes.
interesting.
Ooh.
So if we're one of us is going to target
being
that,
in the final, that'd be good.
well,
Wouldn't
that would be hilarious, wouldn't it? But we're not playing each other in the league phase. We're actually not playing each other for a while until December, which could be a good thing, actually. As I said, though, we've both cooked earlier on. I only lost in the Community Shield to Man City in the 95th minute, but then I haven't conceded a goal since. 3-0, 5-0, 3-0. However, I haven't played anybody amazing yet. And I also have Manchester City next, so we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, I've also got Europa League football and games that I should definitely be winning, and I think we should both be able to progress.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think we'll be fighting over that trophy for sure. But could we be also fighting over the Premier League, despite us having our budget swiped and not being able to sign anybody? Let's simulate the season and find out. Oh, second season with no signings. Remember, nobody in.
Chuck that away.
I've only had one signing this whole thing so far after 2 seasons.
I was top of the league most of that season, and I had a bad end of the season. And you were on my ass the whole of the season though, and then you just stepped in and took it away from me.
Gee, look at that. Yeah, I was second. I never dropped lower than third.
No.
Never dropped lower than third, and I dominated the rest of the season.
My end of the season, look where I dropped that.
Awful.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Come on, look at that. Champions. Lost 8 games, 82 points. Not exactly very good. No. Still, Ollie Watkins had a cracker.
Got to take it, haven't you?
26 goals from Ollie Watkins. Lovely stuff from him. I had the highest average rating, the most clean sheets as well. Onana and David Raya. So Højlund there with 19. This is good stuff. I did lose 8 games. I get 4 points for winning the league, but you get 2 points for beating me in both.
Desperately needed that. Ooh, get in.
So that does cut my win in half. Maybe though, you've won a cup.
Hopefully.
We're both in Europa League. I don't think. Well, we
I
could have won
I
it.
predicted we got into the final, didn't I? Both of us getting to the final.
Yeah, that would have been funny.
That'd have been good.
How do we get on?
Come on.
Lost in the semi-final to Manchester United.
Oh, I don't believe it. Nearly got to the final.
So that's at least 2 points. But if I beat you in both legs, it's 3 points.
I got to the semi-final of the FA Cup as well. Bournemouth knocked me out. Where did they finish in the league?
I don't know, but I might have beaten him in the final.
Oh, no.
Right, okay, so no other points for you there. Just the solitary 2 for beating me in the league. However, Manchester United, champions of England.
Please.
No! Who beat me in the final? Come on. Penalties at Napoli. Penalties.
That's just saved my challenge, I think, against you.
Oh, that's so irritating. Who missed it? Because they're gone. They missed one through Jesper Lindstrom. Fernandez and Retegui. Did quite well in the game as well. Like, boring, final though.
Yeah.
Semi-final. Oh, I beat you both legs. So that's 3 points. 1 for each game that I beat you, and then 1 for knocking you out.
Yeah.
That's another 3 points added on there to the 4 points I had. Yeah, they did quite well.
Yeah.
Quarter-final, Dad. You knocked out Trabzonspor, who I beat in the final of the last competition last year, and I beat Salzburg. Round of 16, you were knocking out Gladbach. I was knocking out Ajax. So there are some big teams in this still.
Yeah.
Knockout playoff round, neither of us played in that, which meant in the league, we both did very well. Both unbeaten. You lost 0, but you won 7, only drawing to Benfica. So you beat Napoli 3-1 there, look. I lost 0, but I drew 2 to Sevilla and Gladbach and won 6 games in total. Even I beat Napoli in the group stage. Oh, that's really frustrating, isn't it? Okay, but I'm proud of the boys because nobody was added in, and they've done very well. And Rasmus is now up to 30 goals this season, and he's looking very good. Yeah. Also, now that I've got Ruud van Nistelrooy in my coaching team, I helped him learn how to beat the offside trap through Ruud van Nistelrooy, and there's nobody in the world better than teaching somebody to do attacking moves than Ruud van Nistelrooy. Bruno Fernandes had a good season. Xerxes a little bit disappointing, I must admit, but development-wise, he looks great.
He's getting better.
Yeah,
getting better.
He does look great. So, yeah, that's something to think about for sure. Rashford had a good time as well. Garnacho seems to have had a bit of a breakout season for me there. Not bad. My transfer budget, is less than... I didn't spend any of it last season. It's half of what it was. I expected, all right, they'll probably just keep this same budget. No, just take half of it away.
They've got to build a new stadium, mate.
Yeah. I might even... Well, I could get some budget still, because I've got rid of... I've had no budget and no signing any players. Those are the two really bad ones, I think. Unless I had to release best player.
There's an 100 million one on there, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a plus 100 million one there. That'll be quite nice to get. Okay, Dad, let's have a look at your squad. So 27 goals from Evan Ferguson.
It's locking him in. It's making it look better. And he's starting to look good as well.
He's developing quite well. Cunha was a good signing for you.
Yeah.
21 goals, 9 assists. Ivan Toney, 30 now, 20 goals.
Yeah.
There's a couple of good ones in there. Yildiz has had a nice bit of development, I think, in terms of goals. Yeah, he's looking all right. Rooney Bargy,
coming through.
22 assists.
I locked him in as well, didn't I?
Yeah.
He's starting to look a little bit better as well now, isn't he?
Yeah, 22 assists. Not bad.
No.
Good.
Pleased with that. I would have said a good season, but the end of the season killed me.
Yeah. Well, let's look at it. Let's look at it while we're here. So, yeah. bad. So,
we need to look at the games
started off from here in February, because before February, you had a couple of losses here and there. But
I was top of the league, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were top of the league. And then February was a stinker.
Yeah.
Because you only won 1 from 5.
Drew 1, yeah.
Losing then in the North London derby. Losing to Palace.
That's where I started losing it there.
Bournemouth in the semi-final.
Yeah.
Losing to Chelsea. And that's when I beat you.
Another semi-final.
4 games in a row there.
Yeah.
Did beat me in the league, though, towards the end of the season. Gave me a bit of a testy one as I went towards the end of the season, trying to win the league. Fulham and then Everton. Your transfer budget, Dad, is 65 million.
Yeah, it seems to be consistent where they are, really. They give that each year, don't they? So,
yeah. But are you allowed to spend it?
There's no point in looking at it and thinking, oh, great, is it? You just got to take what the wheel gives me, don't we?
Let's see. Right, we've got points first, and then we'll head back to the wheels. So, Season 2, the points are Omega Luke with 7 and Omega Dad with 2, meaning the total points are Omega Luke with 15 and Omega Dad with 7. Back to the wheels then. Right, okay. I'm looking at this now. There are still some horrendous ones, but there's also some funny ones. Steal opponent's player, for instance. That'll be good. Good budget. That would be lovely. What do we get? If we get swap tactics, it's going to be hilarious. Oh, no.
I'm not saying too much because I could still lose my budget.
I haven't been able to do anything yet.
The wheel's been really nasty to you.
It has.
Isn't it? This is like giving you a goalkeeper every season, isn't it?
But the benefit of me coming first is if I give you the budget and then we ended up swapping budgets.
I just got I don't get that. I could do the 100 million coming up from mine as well. Then.
Yeah, so you get 35, something like that, £1 million on top of your 64. But, Dad, when you spin the wheel, what happens then?
Come on. Don't be nasty to me.
Come on. Give me
be
something
good.
funny.
Be good. No! No! No!
Yes! Yes!
Oh, no.
So we just swap budgets, basically. You just get my budget, I'll get yours?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Oh, dear.
Interesting summer ahead, thanks to the wheel. It makes it very entertaining, doesn't it? Okay, let's see what we do this summer. All right, Dad, after changing budget, where I definitely got the better of it, thanks to the wheel, we still made quite a lot of signings, really. You sold Ivan Toney for £51 million.
Took advantage of his age and someone coming in who wanted him, so for £51 million, you can't afford to turn that down, I don't think.
Yeah, Manor Solomon also left for 9.5. Yeah. And you brought in Ousmane Diomande for 46.
Just strengthens my defensive even a little bit more. He can play in the defensive midfielder role as well, so that as well. So it's good.
Good ball player. Yeah. I mean, his physicals are just scary. Yeah. Bradley Barcola also came in.
I've got him for cover, really. Mainly as a squad player. Covers all 3 positions up front now, so good squad player, I think.
All right.
At that price.
And then finally, Samardzic.
Freebie. I'd be silly to let this one go when I get a chance to get him. You got to take him,
So let's have a look then at who I brought in instead. I actually sold Delo for quite a lot of money, actually, for £39 million, because I had my eye on somebody else. But I also sold Jadon Sancho for £50 million. So 2 big guys going out. And of course, because we switched budget, basically spent that budget on Michael Coyote, who is a phenomenal player. Love that signing. Already improves my right back position for the for the remainder of the rebuild, unless I've got to get rid of him. So whatever, thanks to the wheel. But then Benjamin Sesko came in for £88 million because of the 2 players that I sold. Lovely stuff. Look at that for a player already 23 years of age, and he's hit the ground running with 2 and 4. And then finally, I only had 3 centre backs, so I brought in Aymeric Laporte on a free transfer. You can play left-sided or left back.
Transfer and just help you out.
Yeah, he's unhappy because I couldn't give him number 4. Sorry, I guess, but there we go. All the tactical tweaks that I've done is I've basically just moved the pressing forward and shallow striker from one side to the other, because now we've got Sesko in the lineup. It means that Højlund becomes the pressing forward, and it means he can go on his left foot and Bruno Fernandes can go on his right foot. Not too worried about the DLP not being Kobbie Mainoo. I'm kind of alright with there being a bit of a mixture in terms of who plays where, but that's absolutely fine with me. In your side of things, Dad, there has been a little tweak or two.
Yeah, I just tweeted the centre midfielder into an attacking midfielder.
Yeah.
That's all I've tweeted, really.
And your best 11 looks like that, so very similar to how you'd want it to be, really.
Just like that, whether to lock in Badgie again.
Yeah.
But Ferguson staying in there permanently now, so on his own accord, so I'm happy with that. So I'm like that, really, whether to lock him in or no.
Well, let's have a look at your schedule so far then. You've picked up 1 loss, which was against Liverpool, but we've both got really difficult starts.
Yeah.
Wolves and Chelsea were 2 wins, good wins as well. Beat Palace in the 3rd round of the Cup. Of course, you got a Champions League fixture. You've got Liverpool in that as well, which is obviously a little bit harsh. And then on my schedule, I lost to Liverpool too, my first game of the season. Beat Arsenal in the Community Shield, the FA Cup winners. Then beat Manchester City 2-0. Newcastle 4-2, and then drew to Arsenal. So
who's the manager of Man City now? Because Pep got sacked last season,
he
didn't he?
Did get sacked, yeah. It is now Ancelotti, which is, I think,
that makes
worse.
it interesting.
Yeah, that makes it worse.
Definitely,
And then the Liverpool manager is still on a slot. Klopp was sacked from Newcastle, and it's now Jose.
Jose's there. Ooh.
Yeah, so there's some funny ones in there. Arsenal still got Mikel Arteta pickpocketing his own players. Crazy, that story. But there we go. So there's my Champions League. I've already dropped a few points, which I'm a little bit concerned with if I want to try and retain this title. But I was finally able to have a normal transfer window, so I can't complain too much. We'll see how this goes. I've got a bit of advantage thanks to the point system. Let's see how we do simulating this 3rd season. Oh, damn Liverpool. Stop me from retaining by 3 points.
In the cup final last season, so they got their own back on you, didn't they?
Yeah. You weren't far off, Dad. 4 points behind me.
I mean, we both lost 6 games, but you scored a lot of goals more than I did by looks of the goal
difference. Yeah. Wow, I had 122.
Yeah, you were.
Considering on our defensive mentality.
Yeah.
So Liverpool lost 3. One of them was against yourself. One of them was against Wolves. And the other one was against Arsenal. I lost 6 all away games. One of them to you.
Yeah.
So I get a point for finishing above you, but you get a point there for beating me. However, I also beat you too.
Yeah.
There is 2 points to 1 there straight away. In terms of the goals, Højlund and Sesko's up there, but so is Bruno Fernandes. That's the reason why I scored so many.
Man United badges on amongst all that.
There is, isn't there? Especially in the average rating as well. That's when you know you've done all right. But still, not a title. And if you look, there's no Liverpool badges other than Alisson.
Yeah.
David Raya, by the way, 24 clean sheets in 38 games.
And he finished 3rd.
That is... How many goals they concede? 28. Unbelievable stuff. They
gotta be
only
gutted,
conceded in 14 games.
You're going to be gutted, isn't
That is disgraceful.
The goal difference is only 37 as well, so they obviously didn't score a lot of goals,
No.
did they?
I mean, who did they concede against is what I want to know. It was 2 against us, 7. Liverpool scored 7 against them. So they are very good defensively until they face Liverpool by the looks of it. All right, we're on Tottenham. Let's have a look at the other competitions.
Come on, I need a cup.
Did you win it? Oh, it is not a winner's trophy, but a runners-up instead.
Everton in the quarters.
Semi-final of the Champions League.
So close.
Okay, who did you lose against in that final? Ah!
That was the last team I needed to lose against.
3 points for the win, 1 for beating you. There's
I
4
just
points.
Can't win cups against you, can I?
Oh, no. That was a big win. That was a
100%
big
it's
win.
a big win. I needed that one.
I mean, to be fair, my tactic it is more of a cup tactic.
Yeah.
It's a defensive tactic. In the league, I kind of lose a couple of games here and there, which was what I was surprised quite last season, to be fair. We know I've won the Carabao Cup. Come on, did I get anything else on top of that? Holy hell! Yes, I did.
Can't believe what I'm looking at now.
The
so
treble.
I lost against Real Madrid and you got to the final.
Oh, we would have played each other. We would have played each other.
You've just took a grenade into there and just blew the challenge up, and you.
Wow.
When else chance now with you?
Unless I get sacked.
Do you know
when
what
there's
I did?
minus 10
Do
in
you know what I did
sacking.
on the wheel? Change tactics.
Yeah. That would be good for
Pick
you.
your tactic, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I beat Everton, who knocked you out.
Yeah.
In that
the FA Cup,
competition.
yeah.
I think it was in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, it did,
Yeah, in extra time. While I was knocking out Ipswich. Argo got there.
Go get in.
Go on. Oh yeah, well done. Quarterfinal.
Yeah.
Semi-final, I knocked out West Ham. I would have faced them.
Yeah.
And you beat Man City. Everton beat Man City in it after extra time. But the Champions League after extra time, Joshua Zirkzee, you little beauty. I dominated the game as well in terms of chances.
Yeah.
But love that. And Andre Onana got player of the match. Absolutely love it. So the league phase, we're both up there. I didn't lose the game in the league phase. I drew to Leipzig and Benfica 1-6. Some big wins in there as well. You lost 1 game to Atletico Madrid. Drew 2 to Barcelona and Liverpool, which ain't bad at all, really. 1-5. Some big wins in there too.
Well, that's the games I should have won as well.
Yeah.
Good, really.
Straight into the round of 16. You eliminated Barcelona 6-3.
Happy with that.
Yeah. I eliminated Liverpool 9-4 after an 8-1 second leg win.
So you're losing the first leg.
8-1. I've got to see it. It's beautiful. One of the greatest days in the club's history. A European round of 16 8-1 win against the Liverpool side, who went on to win the league.
And you went on to win the Champions League.
And I went on to win the Champions League right after. Oh, that is a beautiful sight to see. Absolutely destroyed them. Okay, so that's great. Quarter-final then. You beat Arsenal.
Oh, no, Arsenal, the Champions
Both
League.
of us just knocking out
Get
rivals,
in.
left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
I was knocking out PSG, which is when we went into the semi-final.
So I had Barcelona,
You lost to
Arsenal,
Real Madrid.
and Real Madrid.
Yeah, and I had
Just
Milan.
come short.
I had Milan, who I defeated 5-1 on aggregate, so again, quite easy.
Yeah.
Oh, what a season. Manchester United, 43 goals from Benjamin Sesko, great signing. Rasmus Højlund, 38 and 12. Bruno Fernandes, 22 and 14. Marcus Rashford still putting it. I mean, my wingers, defensive wingers, this is what I mean. Go watch that video about the tactics. I'll put it at the end screen, because 19 goals and 22 assists and 18 goals and 26 assists playing defensive wingers.
Yeah.
I'll tell you all about it in that video. It's absolutely outstanding how this works. And it isn't all down to me who discovered it. I used to use it in the past, but it's not all down to me.
Mate,
Somebody alluded it to me.
7 players there from where you are up.
Yeah.
That's what, 100. It's close to 140 goals, 150 goals. 7 players.
Unbelievable. Amad Diallo, 9 appearances starting, 36 off the bench, 17 assists. Even he's picking up the assists when he's playing. And I guess Malacia is also doing the same on the left-hand side, picking up a lot of assists from those defensive winger positions. Unbelievable. My transfer budget for next season is 19 million.
After winning all that?
I know, it's just great. Oh my God, that's probably why.
You must have built the new stadium by now.
Yeah. Good Lord, there's a lot of money gone in there. All right. Okay, fair enough. I understand why I've only got 19 million, but
then
we're a championship
after
winning.
what you've just won, do you need any more players?
Well, no, but squad depth is quite low. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a full page right there. That's not... And every player has played. Like, usually I like to see a couple of players who are complaining that they didn't get a lot of game time. And I think I'm losing a couple as well, because I think, like, oh my God. I'm losing 6 players as it stands right there. 7 players. I think I can keep
Next season,
Laporte.
28. We're in 27, aren't we?
Oh, we're in 27?
Yeah.
Thank God. I was shaking my boots then, because I thought that's my starting centre mid, centre back. Right, okay, we're all good.
You're going to be
for
busy
another
this summer then,
season.
aren't you?
God, that was a relief. Okay, good stuff. Let's have a look at yours, Dad. Your goals tally: 30 from Evan Ferguson, Cunha 17, Yildiz 14. Yeah, they're not as much. They're not. You got Evan Ferguson trying to carry you there, really.
Yeah.
The goals aren't really coming. And your transfer budget for next season, 66 million. So financially, you got 500 million in the bank. There's like 700 million.
That's what Spurs are like. They don't give a lot of
Why
money.
didn't we change bank balances on the on the thing? I mean, you got a lot of debt, but that's obviously we know because of the stadium that you're paying off. But let's have a look at the points, and then we go back to the wheel. Season 3's points are as follows: Omega Dad with a solitary 1 point. However, Omega Luke, with all those trophies, 16, meaning the total points now is Omega Luke with 31 and Omega Dad with 8. Okay, Dad, what are you hoping from the wheel?
Taking your tactics. Swap tactics.
Swap tactics.
Gotta be really.
That means we have to lock in exactly what we had right now,
Yeah.
and we literally just change it either side.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to tamper with it at all for a whole season. I think getting strikerless season would be hilarious.
That would kill me. That would kill me.
But let's see. We've even got like
Please
English-only transfers. That could be quite hampering, to be honest. Oh, that's awful for you. The Tinkerman cannot change his tactic next season. You wanted to swap your tactic, did you? The only other thing you got to hope for is that I don't get swap tactics.
Yeah.
I've got to hope that I don't get that. I could really deal with that without that, to be honest. But let's see. This is my wheel spin.
Oh no.
Steal opponent's player of my choice. Do I go for somebody that's going to help my side? Do I go for somebody that I think is just going to absolutely terrorize yours?
And I can't change the tactic now.
And you can't change the tactic. I'm going to look at where you're weak. Goalkeeper. I might just take your goalkeeper. Oh, you can still buy a goalkeeper, to be fair.
Yeah.
You can still buy a goalkeeper. All right, let's have a look. I'll go through Dad's team. I'm going to steal one of his players. Okay, I've had a look and I've had a think. I've decided to go with something that helps me instead of terrorizes you.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a lot of things that you can kind of work around by taking a player, even though you've got to keep the same tactic. However, this might be a player that really helps me. Destiny Udogie moved to my club.
He's a player that you just, once you got him in your team, he just stays there, doesn't he?
He is so good.
No,
And Luke Shaw's
that is a loss
31.
for me.
He flirted with leaving me already. He's unhappy. He actually handed in a transfer request at part of last season. So Destiny Udogie being my player means you have to buy a better left back. But he goes straight into my team. And now I've got 2 unbelievable fullbacks. I'm looking very good. Even though I've only got £17 million, I probably don't have to do much anyway. No. That is my decision. Destiny Udogie. And Dad has to keep the same tactic, which would probably save us about 50 minutes off camera while he flirts around with different styles of tactics. He can't change a thing. And I ain't planning on changing anything when I've won a treble. So we're all good there. Now we just have to wait for Dad to buy a left back, which, to be honest, could take just as long. So, we'll catch you in a bit. All right, Dad. A summer where you couldn't change your tactic.
No,
You've had to go along with that.
Wasn't too bad because I did like this tactic anyway. So
yeah, this wasn't exactly very successful.
No,
You did sign a player or two, though.
yeah,
You got Danny Olmo coming in on a free transfer.
yeah, just to strengthen my midfield up a little bit. Not that I needed it, but free transfer, good signing, good squad player.
Well, you also sold Basuma for 37
He
million.
wanted to go. He asked to go. He wasn't going to sign a new contract for the following year. So it was either keep him for 1 year and lose all the money. So I opted to cash in.
Patrick Schick also went for 16.
Yeah.
James Maddison, though, 32 million.
I'm using him a lot, really. Worst thing about it was letting him to go to Man City.
Yeah, you brought in somebody you're very familiar with, though.
Yeah, I do like Diego Costa, don't I? So just thought I was leaking goals too many, and I thought get him in. Over that, my defense is solid defense, so I'm hoping that just makes the difference.
And a new guy come in up front, or a new face,
Yes.
a Boniface, if you will. Victor Boniface comes in.
I wasn't happy with the amount of goals I was scoring. That's why I sold the striker. I've got him in to be up front with Ferguson, so I'm hoping that these two will score more goals than me.
Yeah, I mean, he's 6'3", fast, strong, good in the air. Doesn't have much composure, only 13, but the rest of him is solid, and he's got 3 and 4 for you already. And has had a good time with Bayer Leverkusen as well. Could be solid. So if we're looking at the tactic that you had to keep from last season, your best 11 doesn't get him into the lineup. I would hazard a guess of him and Yildiz will be fighting Ferguson.
Yeah.
Fighting to play alongside Ferguson. And of course, Costa goes in the net.
I'd probably lock him in though.
Yeah?
Boniface, yeah.
Boniface?
I think I'd lock him in, but to be up front with Ferguson.
Okay, well, let's have a look at my transfer window throughout the summer. Of course, Udogie joins on a free transfer, which is phenomenal stuff. I sold Laporte after 1 season of bringing him in. With that money, because he was 32 or 33, sorry, he only had 1 year left on his contract and was going to be leaving anyway. I brought in Esteve. For a 25-year-old, I think he's better. I like the pace of him. Good strength, 6'4", left foot again, so he covers left back and left centre back. I've got Martinez, who can then be sometimes deployed in the DM role if we don't have Kobe Mainu. I'm quite happy with it, to be honest. I mean, Emerick Laporte actually played more games last season than what I hoped he did. He was supposed to be just a backup. I think maybe a mistake was letting Yoro go out on loan, but if he's getting the game time and he's getting starts, might be all right with it, to be honest, because I've got a couple of people who can just fill in there at centre-back then if we are struggling. But yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. I'm not changing my tactic either, but I didn't need to.
After what your last season, you don't need to, do you?
Exactly. Let's have a look at how I started this season, though, because it hasn't all been sunshine and rainbows. I lost to Liverpool in just the Community Shield and the Premier League. So the champions doing me there 2-0 at Anfield with Darwin Nunez, but I have not enjoyed my visits to Merseyside. No. I also drew 3-3 to Everton, and they scored in the 89th minute. So that's not great. And Kasim Venda, the centre midfielder or centre attacking midfielder, scored against me. I won the UEFA Super Cup. Nottingham Forest won the Europa League, so congrats to them. But I beat them after extra time with a 100th minute Joshua Zirkzee goal, who of course been scoring quite a lot of extra time goals to me. But I've gained a point already. Beating Spurs 3-2.
I mean, really, you let me back into the game, really, didn't you? So.
Yeah, I was 3-0 up. Bruno Fernandes got himself sent off, and he scored 2 after that. Then I beat Burnley 6-0, and they are not going to enjoy playing either of us. Benjamin Sesko scored 4 goals. Burton Albion 5-0 next round of the Cup. And the reason why I mentioned Burnley is because, Dad, you started the season tonking them 8-1. Yeah. And Evan Ferguson scored 4, so they're not enjoying playing us.
I had a great start, then I come up against you in Liverpool too.
2 losses straight off the back.
I had you, Liverpool, Arsenal, next 3 games, and I only got a point out of it, so I was a bit disappointed with that.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a rough start for you there. You're lacking behind in the points, though. You need a huge season.
Big season.
If you're in for a shout.
I've got to win everything.
Exactly. Yeah, you need me to be fired at some point. So let's see what happens. Well, season number 4. Neither of us have clinched the title. No. But I do get a point for finishing higher.
Thought I was catching in that league next time. Oh dear, oh dear.
By the way, Man City finished down in 10th place. I also seen that they sacked their manager halfway through the season again. They got another new manager. Evan Ferguson died had 23 goals. Benjamin Sesko had 18. Highest average rating for Kobe Mainu, which is great. I mean, he's developed absolutely wonderfully. Now aged 23, going into the 5th season. But no points for us, and neither of us were even close to Liverpool, who kind of ran away with it. But Arsenal did manage to catch up with them in the end. 87 points. I remember winning the league with 82.
That's right, yeah, you did, didn't you?
So they really stormed the league at the end of the season there and caught Liverpool up. There we go. We're on Tottenham Hotspur. Dad has won a cup, and he beat Fulham in the final 2-1.
I needed a bigger season than that. I mean, Man City beat me in the quarterfinal.
See if I can reclaim the Champions League after winning it last season. No, but I did win the FA Cup. However, semi-final was eliminated by Tottenham Hotspur. It was a 5-4 on aggregate. You beat me 3-2 in the second leg, which meant the first leg was a draw, which means you got 1 for the win, 1 for eliminating me there. So you got 5 points in total because of that. However, in the FA Cup, I got 3 points for beating Chelsea in the final. Now, in the league fixtures against each other, with me getting 1 point and finishing higher, so currently it's 5-4 in terms of points for you this season. You didn't beat me, however. And in the 6 games I drew, only one of them was against you, which means I did beat you once, so I get a point as well. That's 5 points each this season.
I needed a big season, didn't get it.
Okay, goals-wise, let's have a look. Manchester United, 34 from Benjamin Sesko, 28 from Højlund. It's dropped off from last season, unfortunately. We didn't play as many games. What hasn't dropped off, though, is the amount of assists that my wingers are getting. 25 from Garnacho there is unbelievable. I've got £32 million in the bank because of the balance, I guess, still not being as high as what it could be. What have you got then, Dad? So you've got 30 goals from Evan Ferguson. Victor Boniface got 22.
Yeah, I'm pleased with that.
Not too bad elsewhere. There's a lot of assists coming from other players, and you got £60 million.
That's usually the figure around there, isn't it?
Yeah, but of course we got one more spin of the wheel each.
Who won the Champions League though? Because I got knocked out in the quarter.
Oh yeah, we haven't had a look at the Champions League. Manchester City won it.
They were the one that knocked me out as well. Mind you, look at the teams that was in it as well.
They beat you 6-1.
Yeah.
You were 4-0 up in the first leg. League phase. We both finished in the top half, in the top 8. I lost to Real Madrid and PSG. Beat a good amount of teams there. Yeah. You won 4 games, beating Bayern Munich, Milan, Ajax, Marseille, drawing to Stern Graz and Forest, losing to Real Madrid and Bayer Leverkusen. That puts us both into the round 16. You knocked out Monaco. I knocked out... No, that's where I was eliminated, sorry, from Napoli. Then you went into the quarter-final. That's where you lost to Manchester City. They went through the final, beat Napoli in the final. All right, let's go and have a look at the points before we spin the wheel one last time. Season 4 points are Omega Luke with 5, Omega Dad also with 5, meaning the total points are Omega Luke with 36 and Omega Dad with 13. All right, the wheel. One last time on the wheel. Will it be favourable or not for Omega Luke going into the final season?
Oh.
Release the best player.
Now, do you pick the best player or do I pick the best player?
Done on current ability.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
So it's whoever is current ability. What could be good is it might still be Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, and he's coming
to the end of his contract. Yeah, and he's coming towards the end of the contract. So I don't know, but releasing my best player.
I don't think that's a bad one for you though. Really.
No, I've got enough players in there to kind of be. I haven't got one standout.
No,
I think that's the upside. What are you gonna get? How are you gonna fare thanks to the wheel going into this final year?
That's a real bad one for me, innit?
Lovely stuff. No transfers in. Happy days. Unlucky father. All right, let's see who I need to remove. All right, so the way that we've done this is we've done players based in England, which of course is the league that we're in. We've sorted it by current ability. And as you scroll down, the first Manchester United player that pops up is Benjamin Sesko. I thought it might have been Bruno Fernandes. Turns out he was a lot further down with 166. But the current ability of 169, Benjamin Sesko, means we have to say goodbye. And his contract is terminated.
Oh dear, oh dear.
What makes it more hilarious, though, is you can't sign him.
Oh, no.
Because that would have been a nice little thing for you to go for. Unfortunately, you can't to see who he ends up with. But yeah, let's get this summer over and done with. Well, Dad, have you not been able to sign anybody? We've got through this summer so fast.
It was quick, wasn't it?
Just a change of tactic and then let's get through it. So I've actually went and signed one player because I had to get rid of my star striker. I had just enough money through selling. Did I sell anybody for it? I don't think I did, actually. I think I just managed to move the wages and got El Yawahi, £55 million. So there's the replacement, I guess, for Benjamin Sesko, the guy that I lost.
Not a bad
this is like
never.
The reboot where I've made the least amount of signings ever.
Yeah.
If you look at who I've brought in, it's barely anyone. It's like 2 signings per summer. That's all I've done. 2 signings each summer. So about 10 players have come in. But that's it. The tactic is staying the same for this season. I know I didn't win anything. Well, I won the FA Cup last year. I didn't win anything else, but it was so good the season before.
The season before you nearly won everything, didn't you?
Just need a bit of luck.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm hoping to get. Yourself, Dad, has changed the tactic. You weren't allowed to do so last season. You did so this season.
Yeah, I've gone all out to just attack.
Yeah.
I've got to try and win everything. I've got an all-out attack.
Although I did laugh at Dad, because once he changed it, he was going, that's what I'm going to go for. I went, so you went from not being able to sign any players to then changing your tactic and getting rid of wingers, when the player you have the most is players that can play out on the wings. Fair enough.
I'm just bugger the wingers. I'm just going for it. I've got 3 good strikers. I'm going for it. And an attacking midfield. I'm going for it.
Locking in Samardzic as well.
Yeah.
All
I had
right.
to lock him in because he kept on dropping back into the centre midfield, and I wanted Sarr to be in there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at your schedule then, because we've played each other and it's not gone well for Dad.
We won there, look.
Because other than that, it's been really good
Well,
for you.
The first game really put stuff in Brighton 7-0.
yeah.
I'm thinking, yes, this is it. I'm on my way. Bang, 5-0. Oh my god.
Also
what's
beat
going on?
Arsenal 1-0 away
Yeah.
from home. Brennan Johnson, 90th minute. Bournemouth 7-1. So, other than that,
Bournemouth have been doing me each season as well, and they usually.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with that one.
other than that freak loss at Old Trafford, welcome, by the way, there's another point.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I've had a very similar time. I mean, I lost to Liverpool on penalties. Can't really do much with that. I also had Kobe Mainoo sent off. But 3-2 against Chelsea is great. 5-1 against Brighton. They've hated playing us in this so far. Also beat Arsenal. Lose 4-1 to Fulham. What is that about? You beat them 2-1.
Yeah.
Crazy. No idea what's happened, but the points tally is a little bit of a landslide right now. So let's crack on and simulate the last and final season. Oh, what a final season for the
need
Man
that, did I?
United boys.
Didn't need that, did I?
You were top. Oh, no, you weren't. You were second at one
Yeah.
point. Dropped down to third.
It's consistent through the season.
Only bought one player. We're back. Lost 4 games. One was to Tottenham.
Ooh.
However, no. Must be. I must have beaten you.
Yeah.
Must have beaten you because it's not in there all
Oh,
the
I
draws.
lost 11 games. So.
Yeah, so that's only the 10 there. So it
Yeah.
must be the other one. We'll have to have a look in a second. Profile of the league, though. Evan Ferguson was the top scorer.
21 though, it's not a lot though, is it?
No, I just had a very good clean sheet.
Yeah.
Like 18 clean sheets. That's amazing. Defensively, we were solid. This tactic is very good defensively. So defensively, it was solid.
Yeah.
What about cup competitions, though, Dad? How did you get on? Winner of the FA Cup.
It's the one beside I don't like the look of.
Semi-final
no.
knocked out by Manchester United. Oh, we'll have to check that in a minute.
Yeah.
FA Cup final,
Yeah,
though.
pleased to win that one.
Yeah. Beat me!
Oh, get in.
There's another point. It is another point plus a 3.
Now. I'm gutted now. You knocked me out of the Champions League.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, I don't think you would have stood a chance being close.
But at least it'd have been a bit more respectable, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, winning that one, and then if I'd won the Champions League as well, that's a lot of points, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I've already got 2 European trophies. Can I make it 3? Yes! The 3rd European trophy, 2 Champions Leagues.
Oh, I won it late on as well.
Yeah, but 3-0
Yeah.
against Real Madrid. Who's the manager of Real
result.
Madrid now? Arbeloa.
All right.
Fair enough. 2 late goals, one in the 78th as well, but they never really looked like they were going to overpower us with the amount of chances that we had. 4 clear-cut chances to their 0. Very happy with that when you look at their team. Mbappe, Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo. Defensively, honestly, I cannot express how much this tactic is good
I'm going to have to look
defensively.
into this, aren't I?
What a couple of seasons. Now, goals-wise, didn't score that many. Just a few on 24. Bruno and Rasmus Højlund. 22 for El Yawahi. 20 for Marcus Rashford. The goals on your side of things, Evan Ferguson had the most, 34, with 20 from Brennan Johnson, 17 from Victor Boniface. Patreon members or channel members, you can get the save game file, have a little look around, but maybe it's because you want to have a look at this tactic
If you do have a go at it, take my team over and try that tactic to see if
and
how
see
it works for my team.
how it does.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. But yeah, if you want to get your hands on this, it's just really solid. And if you think I've played around with it a little bit, I'm on cautious mentality. I've tried it with defensive and very defensive. I think they used to be wingers and we done quite well. They're now defensive wingers. Have a little play around with it, but the structure of it is as it looks there.
Did you say
It's been
Bruno was your
solid.
leading goal scorer?
He was.
From that position as well?
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah.
They create so many chances from those wide positions. 15 goals, 11 assists. Stupid, really. Stupid amount of goals and assists.
Well, that's what beat
But
me.
yeah, there we go. I mean, if you do take over...
160 million.
It's mental, isn't it?
You had 30 million last year, didn't it?
Yeah. Like 15 the year before that. Oh, now they sort the finances
Yeah.
out. That is absolutely disgusting. I hate it when that happens, but it seems to happen way too much. You've got
I'm
63.
consistent in the 60,
Yeah, but there we go. All right, let's have a final tally of the points. So the final season points are Omega Luke with 13 and Omega Dad with 7. Meaning the total points are Omega Luke with 49 and Omega Dad with 20. Well, there we have it. It was a bit of a whitewash. Had a good season at the end there, with a good amount of points. But
my best season of last season.
Yeah, nowhere near, unfortunately, the 49 that I managed to get. But how enjoyable it was, because it's a bit of a spin with the wheel as well. If you can think of any other ideas that we can do with the wheel, honestly, we do really enjoy doing them every other week now that we're later on into the game cycle. We hope you're enjoying it as much as what we are, because these are a lot of fun to do with the wheel. And if you could think of any maybe stipulations that we put on the wheel, then by all means, let us know down in the comments section. As I mentioned earlier, the video to watch right now is going to be on screen. It's talking about tactics and the reason why that tactics works really well. So go and educate yourself on the reasons why and maybe some other little things that you can pick up. And don't forget to subscribe, because we're en route to 150k now. You can help us get there.
Yeah.